Hello, football fans. Yes, that time is here. It has arrived. We're down to the final 6 weeks. 3 and 3. 6 weeks left in the regular season. We're in the home stretch, which starts on Turkey Day. And it's time to talk about that. The NFL playoffs. Playoffs start on the 11th of January. But the final chase for the playoffs starts on Thanksgiving tomorrow, and it's going to be a hell of a race. This is the 5th straight year where 7 teams per conference qualify for the playoffs. That's 4 division winners, the East, North, South, and West of each conference. 4 division winners and 3 wild cards. That's 7 playoff teams per conference, totaling 14 playoff teams total. This is the 5th year. This is the 5th year of that format, and it's going to be an interesting race from beginning to end. But let's take a look at the standings, shall we? For the AFC, as you can see, Kansas City's leading the way at 10-1 somehow. The Buffalo Bills are second in the conference at 9-2. Pittsburgh, leading the AFC North, is third at 8-3, and the Houston Texans, they've lost 3 of 4, but they're still hanging on to the AFC South and are number 4 in the conference. Those are your division leaders. As for the wild card positions, the Baltimore Ravens moved up to number 5, which is the first wild card position at 8-4. The second wild card position, the 6th seed, is held by the LA Chargers at 7-4, and the Denver Broncos are in the 7th seed, which is the third wild card position at 7-5. So at this point, these would be the 7 teams going if the season ended now. But there's still 6 weeks left. And let's look at the rest of it. Miami, despite everything, they still have an outside shot at 5-6. The Colts have an outside shot at the division, 2 games behind Houston at 5-7. And you have the Bengals still have a shot, but they need a lot to go right. The rest of the teams, well, they're pretty much fucked. And now for the NFC. In the NFC, it's the Lions who are the real 10-1 team because they earned their record. They're on top of the conference. The Philadelphia Eagles are second at 9-2. The Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons are tied at 6-5. Yes, they lead their divisions at 6-5, but Seattle has the tiebreaker because they beat Atlanta this season. So Seattle's 3, Atlanta's 4. As for the wild card positions, the Vikings at 9-2. Sit at the number 1 wild card position seed, and there we are at the 6th seed. 8-3, the Green Bay Packers. And at the 7th seed, another team that's kind of slumping, the Washington Commanders. They've lost 3 in a row, but they're still hanging on to a playoff position, but barely. Because the Arizona Cardinals, they're right behind them at 6-5. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are close, so are the Rams and the 49ers. And there's a whole cluster of 4 and 7 teams that have an outside shot. Now, you notice the conference is kind of cropped up because the Giants are cropped up. They're not eliminated yet. But they can be tomorrow if they lose. So we might as well just write them off anyway. So that's the NFC. And as far as this week, Week 13, starting on Thanksgiving, 3 teams can clinch playoff spots already. And let's talk about those 3, shall we? As I figured, the Chiefs could actually get in the playoffs this week. I think they could have earned the right to clinch probably last week had they not lost to Buffalo. But, the Chiefs can actually clinch this week. There's 4 ways they can get in. Win and a Dolphins loss or tie, or win and a Broncos loss, or a win and a Broncos tie and a Chargers loss, or if they tie, Miami has to lose. The Chiefs play on Black Friday. They host the Las Vegas Raiders. We all know what happened the last time the Raiders went to Arrowhead on a holiday weekend. But yeah, so they could actually clinch as early as Black Friday because the Dolphins actually play on Thanksgiving tomorrow against these guys. So yeah, we're gonna be partially responsible for the Chiefs possibly getting in, but it is what it is. So those are scenarios the Chiefs face for this week. You know, somebody entering this season said the Bills weren't going to make the playoffs. Oh, wait, that was me. Oh, boy. So, yeah, the Bills enter Week 13 with a chance to not only make the playoffs, they can win the division because the AFC East is such a fucking train wreck. And it's simple. If they win and Miami loses, that's it. They get the East. And they can get the East as early as Sunday. I said Miami's in Lambeau. The Bills are Week 13's Sunday night game. They host the lowly 49ers, and it's kind of a mess. So the Bills should win that, and it's pretty much foregone conclusion. The Bills are going to snatch up the division on the 1st of December, very early. Now on to the real 10-1 team, the Detroit Lions. The Lions have been mowing down teams. They're 10-1. They're leading the conference, and they can actually get in this week. However, their scenarios aren't as simple as Buffalo's and Kansas City's are. They need pretty much a lot to happen. They have 7 ways to get in, and 6 of them involve a win, which will happen. They're playing the Bears to start the Thanksgiving batch of games. 6 of them include a win and the 49ers losing or tying. And it's a mix of everything. Let's see. One scenario is win, Niners lose or tie, Seahawks loss, Cardinals loss or tie, and Bucks loss or tie. And the second scenario is kind of the same except replace. It's kind of the same except replace Seattle loss with Seattle tie, and Arizona has to lose. So yeah, and scenario 3 has them needing to win. San Francisco has to lose or tie. Seahawks have to lose. Arizona has to lose or tie. And then Atlanta has to lose and Washington has to lose or tie. And number 4, again, replace Seattle loss with Seattle tie. And Arizona has to lose. Yeah. And scenario number 5, win, San Francisco loss or tie. Seattle has to lose. Arizona has to lose or tie. Atlanta has to tie. And Washington has to lose. Scenario 6, again, same as 5, except replace Seattle loss with Seattle tie, and Arizona has to lose. It's crazy. Now, the 7th one is wild. If they tie, Seahawks have to lose, the Niners have to lose, the Cardinals have to lose, the Rams have to lose or tie, Tampa has to lose, we have to win, which we will, and then there's a whole bunch of shit that involves the straight to victory tiebreaker. It's a mess. I'm not going to go into it. I don't think the scenarios kind of go into it yet, but plain and simple, the Lions have a whole bunch of ways to get in, but they may have to wait because I don't think, because let's see, Seattle kind of has a cookie cutter opponent this week, and I need Arizona to win because they're playing Minnesota. So I think Detroit, even if with a win and they'll get that win, they probably have to wait till next week to clinch, and those scenarios, and the win will make those scenarios much more simpler. And those are the scenarios facing in the home stretch, and I am very excited for it. And I did write about this on Vocal, and the link to my story on Vocal is right up above. Check it out when you can. So, if you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok, feel free to hit that follow button. And I'll be back to recap Week 13 on Tuesday, maybe with some congrats to the teams, to any teams who clinched. And all I ask of you is to have a happy and wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy that good food and enjoy all that good time with your family. And, of course, enjoy the good football as well.